Now I realize that I am not a woman. I do not have any breasts, nor do I have a vagina, although I wish I did, because if I did, then I could orgasm multiple times a day. That's one perk you do have. However, this is a video response to Girls on YouTube, Becoming YouTube Video 7 by Benjamin Cook. This is a video in which I recommend you watch it first so you know what I'm responding to. This is a video where he interviews a bunch of bigger male YouTubers and asks them why there are so few female YouTubers. For those of you who don't know, YouTube is a very dominated male community. The majority of big YouTubers are all males. There are a few females out there, but for the most part, it's like a 90, it's the ratio of men and women, women are all the way at the bottom and men are all the way at the top in terms of content creators. They raise some really good points, however there are some other points that they make in this video which I completely disagree with and which I think are very misinformed, in which I will be responding to. So the first point that you guys bring up is that there are very few female YouTubers who make good quality content, with the exception of the big female YouTubers who are already well known. And you're completely wrong on this. In fact, you argue and say it's practically non-existent. No, it's not non-existent. There are tons, if not hundreds and thousands of smaller YouTube channels that are female, who are female YouTubers who make awesome, amazing content. The problem is that they're not being noticed. They're not getting traffic to their videos. They make quality content. Some of their videos are astounding. For example, I'm going to name three. There's Kaylee Kill, who I've done a shout out on my channel. There is The Nerdy Netty, she does game reviews, and then there's Jacqueline Glenn. These are three YouTube channels. You can click any three of these names. They're smaller channels than mine, but they make awesome quality content. That's the problem. It's not that female YouTubers are non-existent here on YouTube, it's the fact that you're not looking for the smaller channels, and that's the problem, one of the reasons here on YouTube. Haven't you ever noticed that big YouTubers help big YouTubers, but you never see big YouTubers search out and look for tiny small channels that maybe have 3,000 subscribers and help them? It doesn't work that way. That's not how YouTube works. It's always the big guys promoting the big guys, or the big girls YouTubers promoting the big guy YouTubers. That's how it works. I really hate that. That's one of the reasons why I usually promote YouTube channels that are significantly lower in subscription count and view count than mine, is because I want to give exposure to people who make quality, good content who actually are females. Believe it or not, there are females out on YouTube who make good content. You just gotta stop looking in the wrong places and stop looking for big channels and look for the smaller channels, because let me tell you something. When you start looking for the smaller channels, I think you'll find something that the smaller channels offer a lot more than the bigger channels do. And that's more variety and more diversity in content, rather than watching someone like repetitive videos that are very repetitive, same type of formats, and for me, that's just not interesting to me.
I wish more girls were making amazing stuff on YouTube, because those that are do get noticed. Emma Blackery's meteoric rise to YouTube stardom over the past few months is a case in point. Yesterday she smashed through 100k subs. So if you are a girl and you're thinking of YouTubing but haven't yet, then give it a go. YouTube is crying out for you. But please, be good. Please. And that means taking risks. Makeup gurus are great and that. I'm not dissing the makeup gurus, but it doesn't have to be that way. Be a girl and be funny. Be musical. Be smart and intelligent and forthright. Have opinions and change the world.
Ben, here you are insinuating that women are not successful on YouTube because they don't make good content or meet these requirements that you stated here. If you're gonna be a female YouTuber, you have to be good and make amazing content. You have to be smart, you have to be witty, you have to be musical, you have to be all of these different things. And I'm here to tell you that if you're a girl on YouTube, that you don't have to be all of the things that he just listed. Much less, you don't have to be good enough. That's what I don't like about this, the end of the video, is the fact that this video is creating a standard by which women need, or are so-called need to abide by, that if you're a woman coming to YouTube and you want to make videos, you have to make yourself good, you have to make yourself interesting, and here, Benjamin Cook, You're creating a standard here. You're creating a standard that women are supposed to supposedly match if they make YouTube videos, and I disagree with this type of mentality. It's kind of like having a girl and then you tell a girlfriend and you kind of say to her, if you lose a few more pounds on your hips, then you'll look really good. You'll look really pretty if you lose a few pounds on your hips. It's the same logic that you're using here. You're creating a standard for what is considered good content, or a girl needs to make content that is better than male's content. No, that's not how it works. And when you make a standard for a woman telling her that she needs to make good content, or that she needs to be interesting or smart, musical, witty, whatever, you're creating a standard, and that standard is going to be a turn-off for her. I can't speak for all women, obviously, but for me, if I was a girl, in fact, I'm a guy and I'm thinking the same way, if someone told me that I need to make good content and I need to be interesting, I need to be witty, to me that'd be a turnoff. I'd say, well, I'm not someone with high confidence to begin with, and they want me to be witty and interesting in my videos. Now that they've created a standard that I need to abide by, I don't want to make videos now. I want to stay away from that because they've created this standard that I'm supposed to meet. And that's scaring people away. You don't want to have that. And to quote a comment in your own video, I was reading the comments of your video and I stumbled across this comment which I want to use. In some ways, this is inspiring to start making videos, or in my case, continue but more often, but at the same time, your prerequisite of being good is kind of annoying. YouTube is for everyone, not just the people who are good in the traditional sense. YouTube is for everyone, and if you have to be good, prerequisite, no one will make videos because, like you said, women get more critiqued and harshly than men. Even if I'm not perfect right away, I would rather try and learn as I go than not try ever. This user who wrote that comment on your video is 100% right. I'm glad that someone was thinking the same way that I do.
Start vlogging if you're a girl, please. Hopefully your content's good and I might watch you.
The life of someone with a vagina is no less valid than mine as long as they're doing interesting things.
I'm sure that statement was met with well intentions, but reducing a female equals simply a vagina, I don't think that was the best choice of words personally, but whatever. Something that rather annoyed me in this video is that this comparison that if female YouTubers are to make videos, that they need somehow be better than men. This really wasn't mentioned in the video, but I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but there is a very high standard for women, whether it be on YouTube or in society in general. The standard for women is that they are held to a higher standard than men. For example, a man can upload a video on YouTube dancing in his underwear on his bed, but if a girl was to do the exact same thing, dancing in her underwear on her bed, she'd be labeled a slut, whore, or an attention-seeking whatever on YouTube or in society. That's just how it works. Women are held to a much higher standard than men, so when you contribute to saying that she needs to be smart, witty, interesting, and these other such things, you're doing already what society does, holding women to a higher standard than men. And I don't believe that is right. I believe in equality between both genders, and they should be treated the both ways and equally. And when you hold women to a higher standard, a woman can't go around and have sex with multiple people, but if a guy does it, that's somehow acceptable. Now, I realize that's not mentioned in this video, but I'm just trying to make a point that women are, in fact, held at a much higher standard than men are within YouTube and society in general. So you have to take that into account when women are trying to make videos, that a lot of the male-oriented YouTubers think that somehow a woman is supposed to act and be a certain way in their videos. And I'm here to tell you, if you're a female and you want to make videos, do it, but don't listen to anyone who tells you that you need to be a certain type of person. Some will say that you need to be funny. If you're not funny, be yourself, okay? That's the problem, is that you're creating a standard of subset standards for all women who make videos, saying that if you don't meet this requirement, that you don't make good content enough for me to watch it. And that's intimidating for a lot of women, I can imagine that. Another point that was raised in this exact same video is that one of the reasons women don't make YouTube videos as much as men do is because of their looks. They're so concerned all about their looks. And maybe that's true for some girls on YouTube, But I think it's not fair to say that. Here's why. It's that guys seem to think that when a woman puts herself on the internet, specifically in a YouTube video, that automatically she deserves to be hypersexualized. If a woman makes a video flaunting her sexuality, she's a slut and a whore. And all of those hateful, sexist comments that she receives on her video, that's justified because she's flaunting her sexuality. However, many popular male YouTubers capitalize on this exact same sex appeal. For example, Dan is on Fire, and this is nothing against him, but he has this little sexy dance that he does at the end of his videos, is not looked as a big deal, whereas if it was a woman, she would be labeled as all of these, you know, slut, whore, on and on and on. But my ultimate point in this video is this. If you're a woman wanting to start making YouTube videos, or a guy, that you do not have to follow this standard that the big YouTubers like to put on you, that you have to make good content, that you have to be interesting, that you have to be entertaining, that you have to be witty and you have to be musical. No. As the comment I posted earlier in my video, YouTube is for everyone. I sincerely believe that. And to all of the females out there who have smaller YouTube channels that are not being recognized, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. The reason I say that is because your content, the quality of your videos, is not determined by how many subscribers you have. I think that's one of the greatest misconceptions here on YouTube that's been kind of tainted in the YouTube community, is that somehow your subscriptions, how big your numbers are, is what makes you a good YouTuber. And it's not. It's not. Being who you are, being you, is what makes you a good YouTuber, female or not. So be yourself, and please don't feel like you have to meet the standard in which is placed on you as a female YouTuber. These social stigmatizations really piss me off. And just be yourself and be you and stay awesome. And hopefully, Benjamin Cook, you'll watch this video. I don't know if I even added anything new to the topic. The video was relatively long. I watched it all, but I wanted to clarify some of these points that I really felt as if you didn't really address, much less addressed it wrongly, in my opinion. Although there are female YouTubers out there who are a lot smaller than you, it's just you got to start looking for them and start promoting them. That's how it's done. Because like I mentioned earlier, it's always the big guys and big girls. The big YouTubers are always promoting the big people. And it's about time that the big YouTubers maybe try to do something different for once and promote the smaller guys and girls. That's just my opinion. Thank you for watching.